Sarah stepped into the attic, the wooden stairs creaking beneath her feet. The air was thick with dust and the scent of aged wood, a stark contrast to the modern, airy house she was accustomed to. She glanced round at the stacks of cardboard, boxes, trunks filled with forgotten keepsakes, and cobwebs hanging like delicate lace. This was her mother's domain, the place where time seemed to stand still, preserving the memories of a life well-lived. It had been 3 months since her mother passed away, and Sarah had finally gathered the courage to sort through her belongings. The task was daunting not just because of the sheer volume of items, but because each object held a piece of her mother's history. A history Sarah realized she knew very little about. As she opened box after box, she found old clothes, books, and photograph snapshots of a life that spanned decades. But one small wooden box, intricately carved with faded initials EM, the beginning of her mother's name, Eleanor Matthews, caught her eye with trembling hands. Sarah opened the box and discovered a stack of yellowed envelopes tied with a ribbon. She picked up the first envelope and saw the date, 1943. Her heart raced as she realized these were letters from World War II. Carefully untying the ribbon, Sarah opened the first letter. It was from her mother to her father, John, who was serving overseas. My dearest John, I hope this letter finds you well. It's been 2 weeks since your last letter, and I worry about you every day. The news from the front is grim, but I hold on to hope that you and the boys will return safely. I've been busy at the factory, helping to assemble the planes that will bring you home, but my thoughts are always with you. Do you remember that young soldier you mentioned, Sergeant Miller? I've been writing to him as well. He has no family, poor thing, so I sent him letters and small packages when I can. It's the least I can do to lift their spirits. Please take care of yourself, my love. I miss you more than words can say. Forever yours, Eleanor. Sarah was deeply moved by her mother's words. She knew her father had served in the war, but she had never heard about her mother's efforts to support the soldiers. As she read more letters, she discovered that Eleanor had corresponded with many servicemen, offering comfort and a sense of home. Among the letters, Sarah found one from a soldier addressed to her mother. Dear Mrs. Matthews, I cannot thank you enough for your kind words and the care package you sent. Receiving your letter is like a ray of sunshine in this dark place. It reminds me that there are people back home who care, and that gives me the strength to carry on. Your son, John, is a brave man, and I am honored to fight alongside him. Please continue to write. Your letters mean the world to me. With deepest gratitude, Sergeant James Miller. Sarah was choked up reading these words. She had never known this side of her mother. To her, Eleanor was the quiet woman who baked cookies and tended the garden. But these letters revealed a woman of great compassion and selflessness, deeply connected to others even in difficult times. As she explored the wooden box further, Sarah found a small notebook listing the addresses of the soldiers her mother had written to. There were dozens of names, each with notes about their families or hometowns. It was clear that Eleanor had taken it upon herself to support these men as a personal mission. Tucked among the letters was a photograph of her mother with a group of women, all wearing aprons and smiling proudly. On the back, it read, Homefront, Helpers, 1944. Sarah recognized that her mother had been part of a community group that organized care packages and letters for the troops. This discovery made Sarah reflect on her own life. She thought about her strained relationship with her brother, Mark, whom she had not spoken to in years due to political differences, a rift that now seemed trivial compared to the unity her mother had embodied during the war. Inspired by what she had learned, Sarah decided to reach out to Mark. She picked up the phone, her heart pounding. Hello, Mark's voice was cautious. "Mark, it's Sarah." Silence. "Sarah, is everything okay?" "Yes." "I just wanted to talk. I found something in Mom's attic that I think you should see." Silence. "What did you find?" "Letters from the war. Mom wrote to Dad and other soldiers. She was amazing." "Mark, I didn't know." Mark's voice softened. "Yeah, she was. I remember her sitting at the kitchen table, writing letters every night." "Would you come over and look at them with me? Maybe we can go through the attic together." After a long pause, Mark said, "I'd like that." A few days later, Mark arrived at their mother's house. They spent hours in the attic, reading letters, looking at old photographs and sharing childhood memories. They laughed at funny stories and shed tears over emotional moments, feeling closer than they had in years. As they sorted through the items, Sarah found a letter from their father to their mother, written before he returned from the war. "My dearest Eleanor, I can't wait to see you again. Your letters have been my anchor through these years, knowing that you were waiting for me, supporting me and our country, gave me the strength to keep going. I am so proud to be your husband, and I look forward to building our life together now that the war is over. With all my love." John and Sarah read it aloud, and both of them sat in silence, touched by the love and devotion their parents had shared. Mark spoke first. "Mom and Dad were really something, weren't they?" Sarah nodded. "They were. We can learn a lot from them." Mark smiled. "Maybe it's time we started acting more like them." They hugged each other, and Sarah felt a weight lift off her shoulders. The letters had not only revealed her mother's kindness, but also brought her and her brother back together. When they finished cleaning the attic, Sarah kept the box of letters, knowing they were a treasure to be cherished. She realized that her mother's legacy of compassion and unity was something she wanted to carry forward in her own life. With a heart full of gratitude, Sarah closed the attic door, ready to face the future with renewed hope and stronger family bonds.